Hi class, in lesson 3.4 you will be learning about benchmark fractions. Learning targets for today: estimate fractions by using benchmark fractions, order fractions in ascending order, and compare fractions. Key terms in lesson 3.4: benchmark fractions and inequality. Turn to page 142, problem 1, graphing rocket strips. Label each number line to represent the fractional part provided, then plot each fraction. As you get ready to label each number line, think about how you folded your strips in the rocket strips lesson back in 3.3. This will help you get the number line evenly spaced. Answer number 1 through number 4 with your group members. For number 1, to get fourths, you folded the strip in half first. So you are going to mark 2/4 on the number line first. Then you are going to mark 1/4 and finally 3/4. It asks you to plot 1/4 and 3/4. So you are going to make sure that you plot those two fractions on the number line. Here is what your number line should look like for twelfths with the 4 fractions plotted. Here's what your number line should look like for sixteenths with your 4 fractions plotted, and your number line for eighths with your 4 fractions plotted. Please check over your number lines to make sure that you have them correctly labeled and plotted. Turn to page 143, problem 2, benchmark fractions. Benchmark fractions are common fractions you can use to estimate the value of fractions. 3 common benchmark fractions are 0, 1/2, and 1. A fraction is close to 0 when the numerator is very small compared to the denominator. A fraction is close to 1/2 when the numerator is about half the size of the denominator. And a fraction is close to 1/2 when the numerator is very close in size to the denominator. Answer number 1, letters A through G with your group members. Here are your answers for number 1, letters A through G. Please check over your fractions to make sure that they are correct. Answer number 2, letters A through L with your group members. Here are your answers for number 2, letters A through L. Please check them over to make sure that you have named the closest benchmark fraction for each fraction given. Turn to page 144, answer number 3, letters A through F with your group members. Number 3, letter A, 5/12, B, 13/27, C, 8/17, D, 7/15, E, 6/13, and F, 9/19. Answer number 4, letters A through F with your group members. Number 4, letter A, 16/17, B, 11/12, C, 7/8, D, 17/18, E, 13/14, F, 9/10. Answer number 5, letters A through C with your group members, and remember to estimate means to give an educated guess. For number 5, letter A, I know that both fractions are close to 1, so my estimated sum would be 2. For letter B, 1/11 is close to 0, 8/17 is close to 1/2, so my estimated sum would be close to 1/2. And for letter C, I know that all of the fractions are close to 1, so my estimated sum would be 5. Turn to page 146, problem 3, inequalities. You can use the inequality symbols less than or greater than to write a mathematical sentence that compares two numbers. An inequality is a statement that one number is less than or greater than another number. Answer number 1, letters A through D with your group members. Number 1, letter A, 11/12 is close to 1, 5/9 is close to 1/2, so 11/12 is greater than 5/9. Letter B, 5/7 is close to 1, 5/9 is close to 1/2, so 5/9 is less than 5/7. For letter C, 7/13 is closer to 1 than 5/11, so 7/13 is greater than 5/11. And for letter D, 7/10 is close to 1, 5/10 is equal to 1/2, so 5/10 would be less than 7/10. Answer number 2, letters A through D with your group members. For number 2, answers are going to vary. Here are the fractions that the answer key has for letters A through D. Please let me know if you have any questions while you were determining a fraction that kept each of these lists in ascending order. Turn to page 147, answer number 3, letters A through C with your group members. Here are your answers for letter A, the fractions shown in ascending order, your fractions in ascending order for letter B, and your fractions in ascending order for letter C. Answer number 4 with your group members. For number 4, all the fractions in each set have the same numerator. So if the numerators are all the same, you only have to put the denominators in order from least to greatest, or in ascending order. Remember, the larger the denominator, the smaller the fraction. Answer number 5 with your group members. Number 5, the fractions in ascending order are 2/7, 7/13, 5/9, and 10/11. 2/7 is close to 0. 7/13 and 5/9 are close to 1/2, and 10/11 is close to 1/2. The hard part for this might have been trying to figure out which of the fractions closer to 1/2 would be greater. More than half of 9 parts of a whole is greater than slightly more than half of 13 parts of a whole. This will conclude lesson 3.4 on benchmark fractions. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.